All right, we are. Hello, everybody. Lisa Marie here. How's everybody today? I am super excited to have Arthur with me tonight. Arthur is not only a teammate, and we've done a certain business together for quite a few years, right? And I know Arthur personally, and he has gone from zero, well, not zero, but in this type of industry, he has gone from zero to hero in a matter of a heartbeat. And he's here to share his secrets. Whether they're secrets or not, we'll soon find out. But Arthur, thank you so much for being here. I actually have met Arthur in person. Awesome guy. He loves animals. I know this because he loves cats. So
Yes,
he's always a-okay in my book.
there's one right
Arthur,
there.
hi, kitty. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited to talk to you. I mean, you have gone from nothing to just, I mean, starbound, like overnight, 10 days. I was telling everybody 16, but actually it was less than that. So tell us what happened.
Well, you're confusing the two posts that I did make because uh,
Okay.
I did make a post where I made like $11,000 in 10 days or $16,000 in 10 days. Uh,
Yes.
and then after a little bit, it just like went up from there. But
Okay. So I probably did have the right numbers
you
at
did, but you were just like a couple days behind.
okay, that's probably very true. So anyway, we both have been involved with MDC for quite some time now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Akashics is one of our newer brands, although they've been around for a couple of years. But and we both did join the Akashic side of it. I don't know if that was a year or 2 years ago, and it didn't do anything for me. Let's just put it that way. So, what has changed with Akashics, and what did those changes do for you? Oh my goodness.
Well, the changes that happened was when I was first introduced to Akashics, it was mostly for the crypto stuff, but they did have the Forex side. The only problem with both of those is that you had to come up with the money to invest and trade and stuff. So that was like a big problem and a big thing that stopped me from actually putting money into it. And at the time, I thought that, oh, investing was just buying a bunch of coins and then holding on to them, which I still have a bunch of coins and Bitcoin and stuff like that that I bought back then, and I held on to them all these years. But the thing that changed, the game changer for Akashics, was the fact that uh, they have a prop firm now, so they provide funding. We have funding to grow our account and actually do trading every day. So that was the game changer and the thing that made me jump back onto it and actually want to trade. Um, so I got started back in the same time as Robert Hollis and probably the same time as you. The
Mhm.
first week of August was my first week of trading. And like many others, you know, you think that you know everything, that you're just going to follow the trade alerts and some of the tap to trades. But you know, what I was doing in the beginning was just testing the different traders, trying to find out which ones were the ones that were the winners. So I was taking trades from all of them, which I wouldn't suggest because it's a good way to lose money. I did lose two of my accounts when I first started because I was doing that and taking risks that I shouldn't have.
Mhm.
Um, but it's a learning process, you know. You learn from your failures,
It
and
sure is. Yeah, I
I mean, if
found
you
that.
haven't had the failures yet, then you know you probably will, and you know it kind of like hardens your mindset for when you do get failures or when you do have a trade that goes bad. Kind of hardens your mindset to not beat down on yourself so much and to you know get ready for the next day to trade again.
Right, right. And I encourage anybody that's watching, please ask questions because this is a kind of an open forum. I just want to pick Arthur's brain and because it's not just you that is winning. I mean, there's
I
so
know.
many people on our team. They're just kind of popping out of the woodwork
Yeah.
as, oh, I
Yeah.
passed phase one. I passed phase. That's exciting.
Yeah. So when I was going through that process of testing all the different traders, I noticed I started honing in on Joel Arias because he was throwing out the most trade alerts.
Mhm.
And the second thing that I noticed, I was like, well, I want to get more trades, and he's throwing out the most. And so then I started like watching what he was doing, and I'm like, oh, uh, I'm going to stop focusing on all these other traders, and I'm just going to focus on Joel and what he's doing. And I figured out pretty quickly that he only throws trades out for gold. I noticed that. I was like, oh, he's only throwing trades out for gold, and they're always buy trades. And so I noticed that before he started mentioning that on videos, that he only does gold. On his older videos, he did other currency pairs, but I noticed pretty quickly that he only did gold, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to take any trade golds from any of these other traders. I'm just going to take them from Joel because he is most likely going to have the pulse on where the price of gold is going to go. So I followed his plan to the T. He only had two plans at that time, a master plan and a reversion plan. So I followed his master plan to pass my phase stage one and then stage two on my $100,000 account that I paid for.
How do you get the free account?
The first account that I had was a $50,000 account. I came in on a promo. The second one that I purchased was a $50,000 account again, but I only had that one for like a day, and I lost it. Yeah,
Oh my.
yeah,
How is that is that possible? You
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Okay.
I was doing a trade for, on NOS 100, and it was moving really quick. And I didn't put it. I took the trade, and then I was going back and forth trying to look for the stop loss on that trade alert. By the time I got back to put it in, it was already way past the stop loss, and it kept going. And I was like, "Well, what if I don't put in a stop loss?" Well, don't do that.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
your account will be over leveraged and it shut down the account
Right.
because it just NOS 100 just like kept going. It was like so volatile. So that kind
I
of scared me.
yeah, I experienced one of those times too. It was quite I don't know, like sit down,
Yeah.
close your mouth and open your ears now, right? That's how
Yeah. I
I
mean,
feel.
I was hoping that the price would come back down so I could put in the stop loss, but it never came back down. It just like kept going. And I was just
I
like,
have,
oh, I'm
yeah,
screwed.
I've noticed that with NAS. It flies, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, and that's how I
So
lost my account. Because with the $50,000 account, you only have a 5% drawdown. So I went over that 5% very quickly with that trade.
yeah, I got you. So what did you learn from that experience? How did you manage to lose two funds and then all of a sudden here Arthur is, he's got a funded $100,000 account, don't you? So
Yeah.
how did you get from that point to that point in less than 10 days?
So at the time, well, like now, the prop firm was doing a promo, so it was 50% off back then, and that was the last time it was 50% off was back in August. So I went ahead and I just purchased the $100,000 account with a 90-10 split, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna study Joel's videos and I'm going to follow just this. I'm not going to take any of the other trades or trade alerts. And so I was like, okay, let me just focus on the master plan and taking trades in a certain way. And so my whole focus was to earn 1% a day, because
Okay.
that would mean that I would finish my first stage in 10 days.
And you not only passed stage one, but you
Yeah.
passed both.
So after I passed stage one, I was like, okay, I'll just keep this up. I'll just make 1%, because you have 5 days to a minimum of 5 days of trading to pass each stage. So I was like, okay, this is like perfect. I'll make 1% for the 5 days for stage two. I ended up finishing my stage two a couple days early. So I just had to make a couple trades like on that Thursday and the Friday before I
Mhm.
finally became fully funded.
Wow.
So after I became fully funded, the next week, I just stuck to the same plan, the master plan, earning 1% a day. And then I just kept that up and flew up past the 110,000. And then I went to 115,000, 116,000. And I think in, what was it, September, I grew my account about 25%. Um,
Wow.
and then I finally took a withdrawal.
Mhm.
I was at like
All seen that.
120.
We all seen that on video.
Yeah.
We have that documentation. So if anybody wants to see that, just let us know. But how did that make you feel when you were going through that process for withdrawal? I mean, at 10, just over 10 days by that time, right? Just over.
Well, my focus wasn't so much on the money; it was the growth of the fund at that time.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to grow the fund 10% for consecutively for 3 months, because then I get an extra 50% on my fund.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was what my goal was to grow at 10% each month.
Okay.
Um, and then I was being asked if I would take a withdrawal out and I was like, okay, well, I'm over the 10% for the month, and I'm at $126,000 or $27,000. So I was like, okay, I'll take a $5,000 withdrawal out. And
Mhm.
then I made a couple trades while that withdrawal was processing. And then like 4 days later, I took out another 5,000, which dropped my fund down to about $117,000 or something like that.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so total, I've taken 10,000 out last month. Uh, but
That's awesome. Awesome. So what was the first thing you got that money? You got that money in hand. What was the first thing that you did? And how did that make you feel? I couldn't even imagine.
well, it made me feel good, obviously. But I've made that kind of money before and more.
Okay.
So I mean, money is relative, I guess you could say.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, you
This
know,
is just so cool. But you have told us, and I believe you because I watched us all in the beginning and we were
yeah,
all over, but you had never ever traded before in your
nope,
life.
nope.
And so
I
what is it about the system that they've got, Akashics or the prop firm, whatever? What is it that made it doable to succeed that quickly?
the traders that they have there that are training us how to trade. I mean, they have multiple different options. So you can, if you don't want to learn how to trade, then you could take what's called the tap to trades, the TTTs. You could take those and not ever learn how to trade. You just grow your fund by taking tap to trades. If you
Okay.
want to actually learn how to do it and start taking baby steps, then you're going to start taking manual trades through the trade alerts. Um, After you kind of get your feet wet and you do it, like when I went through my stages, stage 1 and 2, that was probably most of my trades were averaging about $75 or $80 a trade. So I did probably close to 500 trades going through stage 1 and 2. So I kind of already had my feet wet, and
That's
I
50
can't read all
trades.
these comments. They're going so fast. You're gonna have to read those to me.
Oh, okay. Actually, I believe they're just now showing up, Arthur.
Okay.
There's something with StreamYard. I think it's all a little bit delayed, but yeah, they're showing up. So let's take a peek here. Hi everybody. Thank you guys so much for hopping on here. You guys are awesome. Karen and Faith and Angela and Craig. Thank you guys for being here so much. You guys are awesome. So, and this is part of our community. I want you to talk a little bit about our community and what kind of support do we have. I just think this is the best thing since frickin' peanut butter. I just, I am having so much fun with it, and it's exciting and it's fun, and you can do this without risking your own money. That's a
Yeah.
game changer right there, right?
Yeah. And the good thing is that if you get three people underneath you, it's free. And then you're trading with free money, and then you're taking withdrawals out. So you're not having to come out with any money if you do it the
How is
correct way.
how is this even legal? Seriously.
It is. You're doing the work to get compensated for it.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you're going to take a lot of trades going through stage one and two. And what it does is it builds up a consistency, uh, a process that you have to go through when you're taking trades, so that when you do get a funded account, you should already have that consistency built up and the mindset for actually taking new trades when you get your funded account.
Right, right. Because when you first start out, when you're going through those phases, um, um, oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. You go ahead, Arthur.
I was just going to say that some of the things that you might want to look out for is that when you start like winning a bunch of trades in a row, and one of the things that I noticed is that you see a bunch of greens, like you scroll down through your closed positions and you see a bunch of greens, and then you start getting this uh, arrow confidence about you that you're going to win like every single trade. And then what starts happening is that you start getting a little cocky and upping your lot and not following the trade plans as you're supposed to. And you increase the size of the lots, which you shouldn't for your size of accounts. And this has happened to me. I mean, I've fallen victim to it too.
Yeah,
But it's just something to watch out for. That hey,
I think
just
that's
stick to the
great.
plan.
That is great advice because I've done that myself. In fact, I even thought that I was doing it correctly. And
Yeah.
you really stop and think and close your mind off to anything else. If you're not doing it exactly right, you may not have the success that Arthur has. So you really got to be disciplined, follow the plan. I don't know how you can lose because you are going to end up with the same overall average that they do in a year's time, right? And they would
Uh,
not be in that position otherwise.
yeah, you
If they,
will. And if you start like listening to some, like I'm listening to this book right now called Best Loser Wins. And the guy in there, he's a high stake trader, day trader. So he trades like hundreds, like 100, 200 lots. He's making like $100,000 trades on one single trade. Uh,
oh,
yeah. So, he goes through this thought process, and uh, he says that what happens is that people get afraid to actually risk money, and they get in this losing mindset of actually losing money. So they either will close their positions out too early and not wait for the profits. Because what will happen is that people will be like, "Oh, I'm down so much," and I've fallen victim to this too, where it's like getting pretty close to that stop loss, and instead of just like letting the trade ride, I've either closed it out just to cut my losses so it doesn't go down any further.
right,
But he says in there that you're just you're experiencing a fear of loss, and it's hardwired in our brain that we don't want to like lose.
right.
Um, but he talks about in the book how you need to take your emotions out of the trade, let the trade run,
Mhm.
because too many times the trade has gone down pretty close to the stop loss, and then it
Mhm.
just shot right back up, and then it was in profit. So
Right. I've experienced that. It's like, oh, I know. It just changes your vibe right now, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean it's a whirlwind of emotions, and it's hard to detach your emotions from it, especially if you're trying to win every single time and you already have that hardwired in your brain. I mean, when you're growing up, people they expect you to win. They expect you to do great and do well, and then
Right.
they reprimand you and when you do bad. So we're already hardwired from kids to do great.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. This is so cool. I appreciate you guys hopping on here so much, but lots to share. I got to tell you though, I never in a million years would have found myself in the situation that I'm in right now, learning how to trade. Are you kidding me? I'm 63 years old. I mean, everybody expects to see me in a rocking chair, kind of bobbing, but I I think this is so cool because somebody at my age can learn a whole new skill set that I can take with me wherever I go, wherever I am in the world.
Yes.
And I will always know this. I can't forget what I've learned. At
Yep.
least I hope I can't. But for somebody that was scammed once many years ago online with something very similar, and never in a million years would you have caught me dead. But I'm telling you, this company is a stand-up company. We have been a part of it for me almost 7 years. You're 5 or 6, aren't you?
Mm, almost
We're
five.
get- we're
Almost
getting
five.
right up there. I will be 7 years in March.
Yeah.
That's crazy to stick with one company that long. But so what made the difference for me? I trust this company. I would never trust another company in this area ever,
All right.
ever. And there's just no way. If MDC did not exist, I would not be on this scene. Period. End of story. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
I do, yeah, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of people complain about, especially in the trading world, is all these prop firms that aren't paying out, or they're slow to pay out, or they just go out of business and take all the money.
I've heard that. That's been a
Yeah.
scary thought. But so tell us what it's somebody listening to us right now and thought, wow, I would love to try this. And it's not our money. It is not
No.
our money.
No.
Some people feel bad about that when I talk to them. They say, well, if somebody's losing that money, but that's, you know what? How would you
They're not.
explain?
They're
Go
not
ahead.
losing the money if you're in your challenge. If you're beginning your challenge on stage 1 or stage 2, they're not losing any money. Uh, for one, most people are going to buy more than one challenge. Because if they failed it like me, I'm on my third one. So
Right. And
how is the prop?
that was it for you. I mean, you
But
did it.
the prop firm isn't in it to make money off of selling challenges, because when you pass your challenge, you get that money refunded to you, which
Right.
I got refunded my challenge.
You
So
did. Okay. I
yes,
remember that you were gonna ask for it. That's
yeah.
awesome. That's
So
awesome. So we know.
So the
We
only
know.
risk that they really have is if you become a funded account and you drop down, like say, what account size are you on? Like a 200, you said 200,000?
I have a 200,000. I got that free because I joined the annual.
Right.
Um,
So say
no.
you got fully funded
Mhm.
and you just did terrible with trading and you went all the way down to 179,000. Well, you just lost your account on your funded $200,000 account. The prop firm lost $20,000.
Oh wow. Oh
But if
wow.
you look at how much they have under funding, they just put out a little GIF. It was like 100 million or something like that. 100 million under funding.
Mm-hmm.
If most of those people are on an 80-20 split, when they take a withdrawal out, uh, the company is going to get 20% of the majority of those people that are on an 80-20 split of their withdrawals.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So they're, they're benefiting from us succeeding.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
increasing the money under that they're holding for the funds.
Okay. Yeah. You know what blew me away is when Robert was telling us what the banks do. The banks, I mean, that blew me away. And I thought I didn't have any pity bones in my body for, well, maybe somebody will lose a little money, but look at what they do with our money that we had. I had no idea that they
Yeah,
did that. I
yeah,
had no.
they don't hold the money in there, and that's for more than one reason. It's because that's why uh, back in the day they used to have like a huge safe, where they would keep like millions of dollars in the bank, and a bank robber would come in and take all the money.
Yeah.
So now they probably don't even hold $100,000 in each of the bank branches. So instead, what they do is they will take that money and they're able to loan out a 10-to-1 ratio, loan out the money that you have in your deposit. But a portion of that money is invested in the Forex market. And the banks are some of the people that we are in the pool of playing with. So in the Forex world, what we're doing is there's about, I think I read it was about 15 million retail investors like us that are doing day trading. And we're just a little teeny tiny part of the pie. When you have all these different countries, banks, big money, there's some people with big funds like George Soros. I was listening to the book The Best Loser Wins, and he was telling the story about George Soros and how he made $1 billion back in September of 1992, I think it was. He was saying that in Great Britain, their money was overvalued, and George Soros felt that it was overvalued. So he wanted to short the British pound, I think is what it was at the time, or maybe still is. He wanted to short it, and England was trying to still prop up their currency. So what ended up happening was that he took his quantum fund, which is what the name of his fund was, and he shorted it. He shorted it for a few days, and he made $1 billion off of that.
Whoa! Are you serious? Oh my goodness! Holy smokes!
So
That's
these are the type
of OPM, right?
Yeah. So us as retailers, we have to compete against these huge funds, the banks, people that have macroeconomics degrees, better software than us. They've been doing this for 20 years, have master's degrees. That's who we're competing for, this small sliver of a pie.
Oh wow, that's crazy when you look at it that way.
But and what's interesting, and what I noticed, and what I've heard and looked at some videos, is that they'll set little traps for the retail investors. And I found one last Monday. I saw one on Monday night, and a lot of times during the Asian market, it's kind of flat and consolidating. So to free up some liquidity in the market, they'll set these little traps. I think one of them is called the Tokyo trap. And basically what they'll do is they'll set buying blocks on the top and the bottom of the market to push the market in the direction that they need. So they'll make retail investors hit their stop losses, so it frees up some liquidity, and then they'll drive the price down to get it to the place where they need to buy it. And then they'll drive it up incrementally.
Oh wow. Wow. So how does that encourage somebody, just, a regular person like you and me, right? And we are just regular people. How would that encourage somebody to get into what we have to offer? Because what we have to offer, I telling you, it's the freaking bomb. I can't even believe that I fell.
We have in our back pocket some tools. We have scanners. We have the trend analysis, which is pretty much going over all the scanners. The scanners are just showing you a history of what the market has done. We also have traders who have been doing this for 8 years, and some of them longer. And they are really looking at the market every single day and kind of helping us along. They're giving us the trade alerts, the tap to trades. They're looking at the price, and they're looking at the trend of the market and where it's going. So when the market is being manipulated by big money and banks, we can just hop on that trend and ride it with them.
That is so cool. And this is so different than investment firms. This is so different. And how do you get that people to understand the concept of what we are actually doing? I think it's so cool.
How would I get them to understand the concept?
Okay, let me change that question. Let's do this. Okay, say you just met. Let's do a little role playing. Make it exciting. Say you
Okay.
just met me. Okay, you don't know me from Adam, and you wanted to tell me about your little ATM machine, your own personal ATM. How would you convince somebody like me to hop on board? You got 30 seconds. Your elevator pitch, go.
Well, the simple question would be, hey, Lisa Marie, do you know anybody that's looking to make some extra money? That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Or
Make it
like
that
Robert
simple.
says, you want to make money? Yes, no.
I know. I had that in my TikTok bio for a little while. Like,
If they say, what do you mean? All I would say is, well, I don't have to tell you. You already realize, probably looking from the news or hearing from your friends and family, uh, about the economy, how, people are struggling to make ends meet. Who do you know that needs to make an extra $500 or more?
no kidding. I'm telling you, I have been consistently hitting just as little as 200 a day. Do you know what 200 a day
Yeah.
equivalates to in trading 6 days a week if I wanted to? I didn't trade today. I didn't. And that was unusual. In fact, my husband even asked me, aren't you in any trades? I said, not today, because I was in a funky mood, kind of.
Yeah.
And the educators explain this to us, with your mood and your vibes, and it's all relevant. And I found that to be so true. So true.
Yeah.
There,
I mean, if I work out, so I go to the gym like 6 days a week. So if I have a bad day or a good day, I'm still going to the gym. It's a good stress reliever. Go throw some weight around.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's gotten a little stressful for me, but that's because I have chosen to put in my own trades so that I could mess with the stop loss. Now that's a big no-no because I am not following the trade because I get so nervous when I see it going down. And yeah, and every time they always pop back up, don't. Uh-oh.
I'm
Oops, are
here.
you still? Okay. I just lost you for a hot minute there, but yeah, so that's a little stressful for me, but I chose to do that. You can just hit that little approve button and go
Right.
about your day, and that would be following the plan,
Well,
right?
here's the thing, yes, people, they'll get upset and they'll get anxious and fearful, um, and their emotions get out of control. And the main reason is because they are using too large of a lot size, and so
Okay.
it's putting their account in jeopardy, or they're already in the negative and they're not doing what they're supposed to get it back into the positive. So if you are feeling like that, you're probably risking too much, or you probably haven't had enough losing trades yet.
Okay.
Um, because I've gone a day where I've lost $4,800. I went a day where I lost $5,000.
And
Um,
you still ended up on top. Look at you. That is
yeah,
amazing, Arthur. I'm so super proud of you. And you are an example for all of us. I mean, overnight, he has turned into a leader in our community. I mean, he's an admin now. He's got all these new things that you are doing to help the rest of the community out. How does that make you feel?
uh, I like helping people out. I think some people probably take advantage of that, and they want a little bit too much of my time because I still have a full-time job. I
Right.
mean, and I'm trying to help people out as much as I can. But if they're not willing to do the legwork and go and watch the videos or the
Right.
training, it's like, I tell you to go do that, and you're not doing it. So why are you asking me this question?
Right. And they have made it with the community. And Arthur, you're a big part of that too. They have set up everything. I mean, literally take your hand and walk through step by step. And it is just a tad overwhelming for the modest one like me or the humble, just not on top of technology and all of this stuff. But it actually, I noticed in the last 2 weeks now, I have been following the master plan. Joel Arias gives us 3 plans: a master plan, the flash plan, and what is the other? Oh, the reversal.
Yep.
So he has different plans to meet whatever it is that settles good with you.
Yep.
He showed us how to maintain our risk, which was a little confusing at first, but it's awesome now. Today's video that he did was very helpful for me. I don't know if it's just repetitiveness on his part, but you hear the same thing over and over, So they do make this super easy for us. Super easy. I I actually am picturing 3 to 5 years from now and Buddy's place being ready because I got all these funds coming in. You know what I mean? So your 3 to 5 years, what's your plan?
3 to 5 years. Probably going to be moving to. Well, my wife wants to move to Wyoming, but I wanted to settle like maybe in northern Utah, but maybe we'll have to move to Wyoming because she's just tired of the heat here in Arizona. So hopefully by that time, I'll have enough to just purchase a house outright over there. If not, then it'll be a good sizable down payment on that. But hopefully my fund has grown to a huge amount, and I'm taking larger trades because as you're growing your account, it's everything is just relative. So if you are keeping the same percentages and lot sizes, the amount of money is changing, but the percentages that you're using is all the same.
Okay. Right, exactly. Relevant to your account. So are you still okay, this was what, a week or 2 weeks ago you got your 10 grand, which you actually withdrew, right?
Yeah.
Are you maintaining a good average right now? I want to show everybody what he's doing right now on.
Oh boy.
Well, this is impressive, and you should,
Well, it
you
went
know,
down from since yesterday, but it's still up there. I think I'm still number one. Maybe we'll see.
you are. Let me show
Am I?
you.
I didn't
Yes,
look at it yet today.
you are. So in TradeX Mastery, this is the prop firm that we are using, and I'm telling you, you got to go through and read the directions. Just don't rely on what other people are telling you. You need to learn this on your own, and you can take as much time as you want. Right? That's what's really, really cool because life gets busy. Right. And so you got this free prop firm account that you don't have the time to do anything with. How much time do we have to complete a challenge?
Like 3 years or something like that.
Something
Like
like that.
900 and something days.
900, I think when the first day I opened my account, it said days remaining 999. I thought it had a plus at the end. So
It might. I don't know, but it shouldn't even take you that long to finish, especially if you're just taking the tap to trades. If you're just taking those from like Joel, then I mean, nothing is 100%. You're going to have losses, but if you're maintaining a good risk management, you should be fine. Losing a couple, I mean, he's at like a 76 or 77% win rate on his tap to trade. So if you just took those, you'd be growing your account.
every day. Every
Yeah.
day. Because he does put out so many trades too. I
Yeah,
mean,
he
10.
put 4 tap to trades today.
Okay. All right. So, and what's the difference between a tap to trade and a trade alert?
Trade alert, you're going to be setting the trade manually, and hopefully you're following a plan. I followed the master plan when I first started because there was only 2 plans.
Right.
So I followed the master plan to pass my stage 1 and 2, and I also followed the master plan to build my account up when I first got funded. So once I got funded, I started not taking like partials on TP2. I was just waiting till it got to in between TP2, TP3, and I would like be closing them out. But I was already using a little bit larger of a lot size because I had a little bit of room. Since I already built up the equity from using the master plan, I had equity in there to take a little bit more risk on the trades. So I was risking a little bit more, but I wasn't waiting until TP4, TP5, take profit 4 or 5.
Right.
I was closing them out, and then Joel came out with the flash plan. I'm like, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. So yeah, like I said before, I noticed the last couple of weeks I wasn't following it exactly. I was making some changes here and there, and since I switched and I am following his master plan now, and I have made a profit almost every single day. I'm back to my $200,000 account is in profit, and I've only been using that for about a week and a half, but it's still in profit.
That's
So
good.
that's good. And I've been kind of fluctuating on my 25K one a bit. I'd be up and then I'm down, then I'm up, then I'm down, but I'll get there. I'll get
Yeah.
there. That consistency is what's going to pay off for
Yep.
sure. Because like I said, you're going to end up, whether they have $100,000 account and say you have a $10,000 account, doesn't matter. You're going to still end up with that same average. I think overall, if you follow one of those plans. And it's not just Joel's plan, right? How many educators do we have? 21?
I don't even know. There's more than 15, I think.
Yeah,
No.
I think it might even be more than that. And they're all very, very good. But the thing is, you're going to find, a few that are your favorites, but you've got to work their strategy into whatever plan that you're following. You can't just pick and choose and have
Yeah.
a smorgasbord, and you're going to end up losing your account, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm in the process of actually getting into like the analysis of the markets and stuff, trying to learn how does Joel look at the market and think and see the patterns that he sees, and see the resistance and the draw the lines, the supports, see the W, see the N, see the head and shoulders. I'm trying to look at that. At the beginning, I was thinking, oh, well, the indicators will just tell me. But as I'm listening to people that actually do trading, they don't use the indicators so much. Even a guy that does like $100,000 trades, he doesn't use indicators. He uses the price point, because he says in that book that indicators are showing you what has happened, because you have your indicator set up, even like the EMA indicator. It's just showing you what happened in the last so many candles, where price went. Joel uses 3 different EMAs to kind of gauge where the market is actually turning or going. But he's looking mostly at the price, what's happening with it, and then I think the sequence of the candles that's going on, and also the patterns in there.
And to a novice brain, that sounds like foreign lingo. But
it is foreign to me. I bought this book. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, trading trends.
Trading the trends, and then the Wyckoff method.
Okay.
This is like how the banks trade.
Oh, interesting.
And then the Wyckoff method 2.0. These 2 books are about the same guy. Okay. But I just want to understand, how to come in on the trade, how to read the price, and how to see the patterns, so that I'm not relying. Like if Joel ever goes away, then what happens?
Right.
If one of the other traders goes away, then what happens? Like eventually I'm going to need to learn it. So I might as well be learning it now while I'm taking their trades.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of got the best of both worlds, don't we?
Yeah. So right now I'm earning while I'm learning. I'm trying to learn as much as possible, as fast as
What did
possible.
you earn while you're learning? Holy cow. Everybody want to earn like that, right? You're
They
doing
can, you can. I didn't think
you,
I was like anything special, like Robert said. I just put my head down and just went to work. I would
exactly.
be watching I'd get up early in the morning at 5 a.m. I'd be watching one of Joel's videos, and then while I'm waiting for a trade alert, and then a trade alert will come in, I would set my trade, go back to the video,
Hmm.
and then some of those videos I watched over and over again,
Yep.
just so that I got what he was saying and the
Yeah.
concepts.
Yeah.
Um, but
I've watched
some,
I've watched many of them over and over, and now I'm getting into the other educators too, because they all have good peanuts for us. I mean, they all do.
yeah,
So you could learn something from all of them. I think it's just amazing, an amazing opportunity. If anybody wants more information, reach out to Arthur. You can reach out to me. If anybody shared this video with you, reach out to them. They are sharing with you because they care. Because you know what? You don't have to recruit in this business, which I really like. I really don't like recruiting. I want to be responsible for what I make on my own. And maybe that's just a girl thing, I don't know, or my ego, but I have a new skill set that I can take anywhere with me, no matter how old I am, right? I can even do this from a rocking chair if I needed to. So
but
I
here's
don't
the
need
thing
to,
though,
but
is if you start like making money and you're posting it all the time, like I did,
mhm,
I was posting my results nearly every single day. If
yeah,
you start doing that, some people are going to start reaching out to you and asking, what are you doing?
yep, yep, for sure.
Especially if you start like pulling money out and withdrawals out, then they
Yeah,
start saying, well, tell me
yeah,
what you're doing. Show me what to do. And then all of a sudden, you're going to get so excited because you are making money and it's actually working for you that you're just going to start telling people naturally.
right, right. And it's fun. It is super fun. I love it. I could see where this would get a little that's another reason I just took a break today. I thought, you know what? I'm doing just fine. There is no hurry. I don't need to rush this. I have other things to do today. So, that's something that you can just go to whenever. And I think that's super cool. Money from anywhere in the world. Are
Yeah,
you part of the travel trade? The
I am. Yeah.
I am too. So we're gonna have to do some trips together.
Yeah. That's what I came in at. And then, yeah, but as far as like taking the trades, like people always ask, well, how much time do you actually spend on it? I'm like, most of the time, the most important time is setting the trade. Once you set the trade, then you have the educator notifying you via Telegram when they hit their take profits.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
don't. I check them every now and then anyway, but I'm not sitting
Mhm.
there like watching the chart like all day
Right.
long
And you don't
because
have to. You can take the trades by just pushing a button and,
yeah.
and go along
I
with
mean,
your
I've
day.
taken one at a red light. A tap the trade came through, and I was at a red light. It's like, all right, and then I was like, ah,
I was in an interview just the other day, I think must Monday or Friday, I don't know. But we were talking about this and in my dinger I said, look, I'm in a trade right now. He kind of dropped his jaw. Yeah, do it from anywhere. I mean, you can just go to the bathroom and push a button, right? You're in
you
a
could,
trade. You're in a
yes.
trade. And you don't have to worry about learning it. I love that part. I love it. And so learn at your own pace, in your own time, and you are not using other people's money. That's a win-win.
But you're gonna learn more by doing.
Right.
So you watch the videos and then you put into practice what you watched. So
Yes, because
you're going to learn more by doing and taking trades.
yeah.
Um, I mean, since I've had my funded account, I think I'm like 450 trades now that I've
Wow.
taken. And so to
Yeah.
get through my challenge, I think I took a little over 500 trades.
Yeah, that's
So
what you
I'm
said.
almost
Yeah.
at like 1,000 trades that I've taken
Huh? You know,
since.
even me, and I'm small time compared to you. I'm more of a go slower type of person. But yeah, I bet I've had 600 trades.
Well, I got 9,000 more, I guess, to like become an expert, right?
Yes, you do. Well, 10,000 hours it takes. But Joe, I believe, has mastered his weight in gold, right?
Yeah.
Cliche, but hey, that was kind of cute. But anyway, okay. I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been here almost an hour. Arthur, you shared so much information. I appreciate you more than you ever know. And you've been a big help to me too when I ask my silly questions. So I appreciate that.
Well, now
And
you're getting to be a pro, just like me.
you know what? I feel I can take my own trades. I can't pick out one yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I have done some on my own, and I've won some, and I've lost a few.
Yeah.
But we're bound to play around a little bit. But I would highly recommend you get on this program. I mean, you get a free $10,000 funded account right now till the end of October 31st, just by purchasing an Akashics membership. So dive in, join us. This is super, super fun. It's educational. I love it. And I'm making money every day. So
Yeah.
yeah, awesome. All right, Arthur. Thank you so much. If there's
No problem.
anything else you want to leave with the audience, here's your 3 minutes of ta-da.
No, no, I think I said my what I needed to say.
Good, good. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time because I
No
know
problem.
you have become quite the busy young man. So
Yes. I'm
yeah.
always busy.
All right. Thanks everybody for
All right.
watching. Appreciate you guys. Reach out to us. We're here. All right. Thanks, Arthur.
All right. Take care.